is a goblet like this is a very fitting European thing, and really only the European hub could treat something like this with respect.
I agree.
Filthy NA and China qualifier
This one's
casters.
too.
I'm not going to appreciate art like this.
What is this shit?
That's
well,
you
this
can
actually
drink.
This is now a 2-in-1. So like I broke it but made it better. That's how it's done, and that's sort of what also happens with people. You know, the parts that.
Why does everything need to link back into something else, Kyle? Like that's a true it's a great hosting ability to do that, but you don't have to do it all the time.
I love foreshadowing. Everything that involves okay? Foreplay is cool. I'm sure foreskin would have been great. Unfortunately, never got the opportunity to embrace that. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Don't mind me. I'm just here.
Fucking forehead, Kyle. That's all I got for you. I'll give you a giant forehead.
Jesus.
Yeah, forehead. There you go. Favorite. There you go.
Favorite Twitch emote.
That's how I live my life.
Do you like golf?
Nah, golf sucks.
What? But you yell four all the time.
Oh, that's true.
That's a whole new perspective. Yeah. Golf does not suck, by the way. Golf is an excellent sport to play. It's very relaxing. You spend your time walking through unusually pristine nature.
Well manicured. Golf carts are fun. I always wanted to ride the golf carts. That was like half the reason I put up with playing golf as a kid. Was like the golf carts.
Gyro first pick. Well, this is new and exciting.
You were hating on Gyro. His win rate of the minor, 22-ish%. Major Gyro, 55% over like 130 games. This year is fine. Like I think it's first pick worthy as a core. But yes, it's nothing new. It's nothing crazy. And we're talking about picks before 4 picks, Kyle, and you brought it up. Is this you're a changed man today?
It's a new leaf.
Yeah.
This is
grand finals, Kyle. This is best of 5, Kyle.
That's true. Why do you keep saying my name? You think I'm not paying attention to you or something? You got to reinforce the message.
Yep, making sure the viewers know. It's serious.
It's good
business.
for your brand.
What? Oh, that's true.
Yep.
Also, so there's a guy on Instagram that stole keeping it Kyle like 6 years ago. And I messaged him.
Preemptively
I'm
stole.
like, hey, can I get this tag? Is there anything I can do to like get this tag from you? And he just said money. And I said, okay, how much? And I'm what's like a reasonable amount?
I mean, how many followers does he have?
I think 17.
Oh, like $100 maybe? I don't know. Is he asking for an offer or?
No, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Maybe he's slow playing. It's been 2 days.
I know Toby's been trying to get some Twitter and is like gone to war with some dude over like some Twitter account that he wanted.
Oh yeah.
And the guy like blocked him and everything. It's really juicy. I got a lot of entertainment from it. Like I'm sorry, Toby, but the guy is so stubborn. Just like, no, you're being a dick. I'm not going to give you this Twitter account. And yeah,
I love it.
End of the day, you make this Twitter account first. You have no obligation to give it to anyone.
Yeah.
Like you say, if he wants money, well.
Now some guy on Twitch is going to go buy it for like $1,000 and just be like, ha. And the whole thing.
The bidding war begins.
Yeah, because I will say there's a lot of embarrassing photos of me on the internet, like in various places, more saved to, I think, like WhatsApp groups and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, there's a lot of ammunition out there.
Yeah. Well, how much would you pay for it?
I don't know. Cap, what are you doing? Put your phone away.
I'm looking up Kyle pictures because there's one that's really my favorite. It's kind of like a Kyle cringe face.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? I want to find it.
Kyle, Team Singularity have gone for your favorite opener.
I've deliberately been ignoring it. I don't want to talk about the gyro and dying first two.
I think I'm going to feel okay about seeing that one.
I don't like it.
I do like Team Singularity's bans, taking away the SD Marana, the Abaddon, now the Bloodseeker. But
Yo, if anybody can find the Kyle cringe picture and tweet at me, you'll get a shout out. Thank you. Because I can't find it.
Some of the best is
it's probably under Swindle Melons. I'm looking under Kyle. Classic mistake.
Please don't do that. So, Gods,
Hey,
Please,
what's
Carrie. I'm watching Twitch chat. Cap's on his phone. You're going to need to pull through here.
Pulled my weight today. I had a day off to recharge. Meant to bring my A game here.
You really are. What time is
We're
it?
pretty lost without LD. I'm not gonna lie. He was definitely allowed us to have a lot of freedom to do whatever the fuck we wanted because
It's true.
the wonderful greatness of having LD back distracted from anything we did or said that was questionable.
Damn, dude. Swindle Melons and Han was a Chad.
What do you mean?
Can look at this guy. He's just got some nerd in a headlock. Look at him.
That's Insania.
Fuck. Bullying Insania?
No, it might have been Mickey, and we were just posing for a photo.
Yeah, sure.
That's
what they say.
Look, I try and do.
It's just jokes, bro.
Look,
It's just a prank.
Just a prank, bro.
the way I see it, I have the benefit of being like a not quite Z. I'm like a P list celebrity.
Is
P
this like
list.
how far down you go when you're
Yeah.
that's like
Maybe
pretty
that
down
wasn't the letter you should have chosen.
No, I think P
No,
is
I
appropriate.
think
You could have gone M.
I think it's lower than. I don't think I'm quite that famous, Cap.
Q. You
it's
could have gone
always
lower down the
relative to your
list.
industry, though. Like, I think in the esports industry, like you got to look at where you rank. It's less about in the
Yeah. So
World.
so my D.
for esports.
Esports
esports
D.
as a whole, maybe C.
I think
don't
you're
know.
being a little generous, but I appreciate it.
Who is the
It
A?
doesn't
Who is
really
the A
matter.
tier for esports? You know,
I don't know.
Sir Action
Depends.
Slacks is probably
Yeah.
A tier.
Well, the
He's
thing
done
is,
other
he would
games.
disagree because he'd say, "But those Fortnite guys are getting millions."
I mean, they're,
I'm not
they're-
making
they're
anything.
players. I guess we're including players or just casters.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make is, if you're taking photos with people because they want to take a photo with you because they think you're special, I feel like you should do more than just like one of those like.
Yeah, but when you have to
I-
do
you
like
try and do
so
something
many
fun.
back to back.
Yeah, well, I care about my fans, Parker. I try to ensure that their experience is unique and exciting.
I care
Yeah,
about
so-
them. I want
so
to be
Kyle-
able to, like, meet and take a picture with as many as possible. So if you do something unique that's time consuming with everyone, that's coming at the cost of maybe another fan who doesn't get to
That's
say hi
true.
and take a picture. So
That's why I always go at the end of the table when we do meet and greets because I take too long.
the group meet and greet's always funny because like typically the fans are just there to see like one person.
Yeah.
Like, if
Oh,
you do,
yeah.
I did one at I can't remember what event, but it was with Bulldog, and it's like it was very clearly most of those people were there just because they wanted to do a signing with
Yeah.
Bulldog.
or Sheaves or Owen, and they're just
Yeah.
being polite, and
Yeah.
like they'll look at you, and it's like,
It's the awkward thing where it's like they're gonna like they know they just have to like get you to sign something or take
Yeah.
a picture too, and any of that kind of just don't walk past. I always like, dude, it's fine. I get it. Like,
yeah,
I enjoy when they just skip past me and just say hi. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't have anything for you to
dude.
sign.
I'm also like, I'm a bit worried about because you don't have enough time for people to get context, right? I got this DM the other day from someone who asked like. He asked a couple questions like if I changed my viewpoint because apparently at like TI5 he had said something to me like, "Hey Kyle, what do you think we need to do to help the tier 2 scene in Dota?" And my response was, "Psh, fuck the tier 2 scene. I got mine." And I was joking.
Yeah, that
but
sounds like Kyle.
he responded with, he was like, "Hey, have you changed your outlook since then?" And I was like, "Bro, I wasn't really serious, but there wasn't enough time to explain that I was just pretending."
Mm-hmm. It's just a prank, bro. Mickey just wants to smile for the photo.
Yeah.
Kyle's like, no, we
Nah.
gotta do something fun, bro. And Mickey's like, I don't want to be in a headlock. You gotta be cool. Why aren't you being cool right now, bro? Come on, bro.
Did you fight a lot with your brother growing up, Kyle?
Well, I had 4.
Okay.
So Zach and I actually always got along because we were typically like we were probably each other's like only friend for most of our childhood. We were moving around a lot, and we used to like we were both really good at like we like sports, so we would play baseball outside with imaginary fielders. Eventually, we got friends. Third brother and I definitely butted heads a bit. Shout out to Andrew. You know what you did. And yeah, the others were kind of chill.
All right,
Really
cool
well.
story.
They
I'll
fought
drop
with
over
each-
now. We've got a Slark last pick into a final pick, Viper of all heroes. Interesting stuff. Viper break against what? The Slark passive, the Axe passive. Just
Yeah.
they like some Viper, I guess.
I mean, I've never really considered it against Slark, but I mean, he is a hero that just wants to be able to sit on somebody and steal their stats and right-click them a bunch.
You just put the poison on yourself or your teammate and
I
just
guess.
steal stats, I guess.
Like whoever gets pounced on, basically, the
Yep.
AoE is going to cover that entire pounce area. So
It's
I
a
don't know.
pretty sick pick here. Because Slark also doesn't. He loses all of his stacks, and I believe he has to start rebuilding them.
What?
What?
What? That sounds completely
There's
wrong.
no way
I
that is a
don't
thing,
know
Kyle.
exactly how the interaction works, but that is 100% wrong. I would say he stops gaining stacks, but
That's true.
obviously isn't losing the ones he already
He's
has.
not losing the permanent ones, but I believe he loses the temporary.
I don't
ones.
believe that for a second.
You're right. It was a test. I don't think that's how it works.
Dude, Kyle has like the worst poker face when it comes to this stuff, too.
Oh, it's terrible. I honestly think that I don't know. I don't think I'm funny at all. But God, I'd be at least a little funny if I could keep straight faces. Then when I said ridiculous things, I didn't just look like a moron.
I am in your debt.
I was telling this story about, like, you know, my sense of humor really lies in, like, the double meaning of stuff where you describe, you know, you do this dry analysis, but it's secretly about dicks. You know, like that is perfectly up my alley. And I'd always say, like, dude, when I'm on panel with Kyle, when that happens, like, Kyle will break the fastest of everyone. I'll just be like, you know, it's really hard, and Kyle like immediately starts giggling. He can't help himself. And I'm just trying to keep this straight face, and like, you know, I've got like 4 more double entendres I'm heading for, but the very first one, Kyle's already broken.
Guilty. I would be a terrible person to work with on an actual set with professional
30
actors.
seconds to battle.
They would quickly realize I was the amateur. Speaking of amateurs,
Careful what you say next.
You will be forever alone.
Yes,
looking
Kyle?
good.
well, I was going to get into a discussion about what we've been watching recently, but I think that with the runes about to spawn, it's best we hop into the game. It looks like it'll be a 2-for-2 bounty rune exchange, as both mid players look to
The
posture
battle
and just get
begins.
good blocks. A really strange ward placed very deep into the enemy side of the jungle by Diznishka. It's typical.
Like this is like the lane scouting awards. I
Yeah.
feel
Hey.
typically.
Real quick, I've been meaning to ask this question. Is that how you say his name?
I think it's just DNZ, right? That's why.
Yeah, that's what I was calling it. But LD and Kyle yesterday were
Oh,
calling him
Yeah.
Dinsnishka, and I was like, what?
I think he added the shka as like I don't know. Like
Yeah,
that
he's
kind of
been-
Russian vibe to it.
He's been known as DNZ, I think, for a while.
Yeah.
I know that's his Twitter account.
I mean,
Check him out at DNZ Dota.
there you go.
Not that he tweets anything.
This is the Saberlight Axe. This is a classic, his signature hero. He was crushing TI qualifiers with it, doing this wave cutting. He had double stout back then. He says, I don't need double stout. He ganks mid early. Back then, he'd like rush phase boots, go gank mid at level 6, but we'll see what the plan is going to be this game.
Spartan apparently, like most supports, try and challenge the Axe for the first level. You try and deny him 1 creep so he doesn't get battle hunger on the first wave, and then you can just do more damage to him during that small window. Because once he starts getting battle hunger, it becomes really hard.
Yeah, Spartan ran away very quickly once the X was coming on in. Saberlight's going to cut the next wave and probably start hitting up the jungle fairly soon as well.
And this lane is over for all intents and purposes. It will just be trading versus trade. Bottom.
This
Omni
lane
maybe
also,
dead.
yeah, it's an Orb of Venom Undying. It's looking grim, and Peksu gets the first blood.
Dude, I've played against this lane.
This is so hard.
I played this exact Omni Knight matchup. The double stat steal lane, it's suffering. It looks bad now, but it's even worse once Peksu gets level 2, because then he's got this high damage dealing nuke and Soul Rip. And you saw, like, towards the end of his life, he was under 400 max HP as an Omni Knight. So, it just sucks. I hate playing Omni Knight against Slark, because you no longer dispel Pounce. That used to be your big advantage, was, hey, at least I can get out of Pounce.
DMZ getting some love from Saberlight as he'll get a couple last hits, trying to leech some XP to get his level 2 as well. This feels like the Ad Classic. Lose a few lanes, but come back in the mid game. We saw that in their last series a bit.
Yeah, they are good at fighting. That is definitely the Finem specialty. They were crushing team fights in that previous series. And really just skirmishing in general. They always rotate. Sometimes over-rotate, but hey, you want to give them the 5-on-5s, they'll take them.
That's not being contested at all.
Whoa. What is Thug's build? Is this real? Is this? I thought you maxed Nether Toxin always.
I've seen a number of Vipers go for this.
He's going to turn and fight. He pops a Fairy Fire, looks for the Mage kill, not going to get it. And Salve is there as well. DNZ leeching that level 2 XP and turning it into a kill mid. This is like you kind of need to win your lane because you can't fall back in jungle, though.
But you can always fall back in jungle.
Well, no. No. Nether.
Well, I mean, most of the guys that I see do this go 2-0-1, and then they go all their levels into Nether Toxin after this. So they're still going to have the fallback of the jungle, but apparently not.
I'm scared.
That's what I was expecting. What you said was exactly what I was hoping and expecting, Cap.
I'm not a fan.
Ooh. Nice taunt. Going to help DNZ stay alive, and Madara in some trouble. Doesn't have a spin. Saberlight gets the kill. Spartan will get one in return, but Singularity having a good laning stage.
Say that again.
I think Axe lanes are always interesting challenge. It's like a combination of like creativity and experience for the safe lane carry and maybe the safe lane duo and how they deal with the Axe. There's all the little things about like how much you're going to be using neutrals, are you going to be pulling back to the wave?
Saberlight getting low, and with the Grimstroke Sun, they actually get the kill on the Axe. That all was set up because Axe tanked way too many tower shots. I think he was expecting the creeps to tank it, and he took like 4 or 5 shots, and unfortunately that leads to his own death. Spartan looking kind of dead, but with the creeps here, he can't really go for a rocket barrage, so Spartan just holding his own and trying to turn and fight, but Madara can't really do a whole lot to help.
Why? He's left mid, though. This is a very aggressive dive. He has no TP on the jug. He's got to go grab one.
Oh, nice attempt by Saberlight to cut off Madara. Still going to be able to catch him.
He's got to spin. Gonna go for it immediately, and Madara realizes he's got to just stay by the safety of his
Why
tower.
is he here, though? Like, what is the gyro doing
You
here?
got a haste rune, you know. He's making plays.
Maybe
But,
it was because of the 5-minute bounty rune spawning. He figured he just stays up here.
He's now bottom. He wanted that shrine, I almost feel. As he does come in, doink, MNT on the head. We'll get the kill, and I presume go shrine.
Yeah, I like it. This works. I just never like when my mid is left during the catapult wave. But it's not a huge deal because the Viper, instead of being like the max Nether Toxin, you'd already have some pressure going. Instead, it's he's just ricing, trying to keep lane control. So it's not so bad.
Yeah,
but it is an XP disadvantage he comes back to.
Yeah, no real tower damage done at all. And I think we're at a point where he can't really lane mid because of the 3 points in poison attack.
Yeah.
So he's just said, screw it, got to get out of here. I am getting bullied. Gyrocopter, you know, that short-ranged hero, not a very friendly matchup for him. Partly why I imagine they picked the Viper.
It's interesting that Excalibur didn't go for the second level of Essence Shift. That really dominates the Omni Knight because he's naturally going to Heavenly Grace himself just for extra regen and stuff. That does decrease how long the stat steal lasts.
Really?
When it's applied. So 15 seconds, you know, and then you apply this status resistance of 50. It's only going to last 7.5 seconds.
Axe rotates with an invis. Thug in trouble. One kill could turn into multiple as charge forward from Saberlight with the phase boots and the movement speed from the Culling Blade. He's going to get a second dunk. More movement speed going his way, and, well, Singularity kind of just running over them here in the early game laning stage.
Yeah, and at Finem this time, they're not the ones with those early game bruisers. It's, you know, what did they have last game? Ember Spirit and Wraith King? This time you've got a Jug and a Viper. The Jug specifically, I actually think it's probably the most overrated carry in Dota right now. Because there's so many heroes and items that neutralize your Omni Slash. With a mag, sure, it's solid, but I think it's just way too abusable in the laning phase. And when you get to this phase, like, what does a Jug do to impact the game? Other than hopefully Omni Slash as solo support and grab a free kill.
They almost picked off Excalibur in bottom lane. He went down to about 9 health. with maybe next time showing up and getting a fast telekinesis Fade Bolt into the Purification. But unfortunately for Skylark, wasn't quite enough. But he does get some free farm time.
Accepts his death, going for a kill, and Saberlight might be in some trouble here. Thug's just going to kite him down. 4 points in the poison attack, but doesn't seem like he can keep up with him with the phase boots there. 4-0-2 Viper.
He wants the fast Blink Dagger this game, huh? Nobody likes bracers, man.
Go figure.
Saberlight gets himself another kill. Dara has the Omni Slash. He's bouncing the
Oh,
creeps, unfortunately.
That smarts. That's
I mean, I wasn't that destined for failure, though.
yes.
There was at least a couple creeps he could have bounced through there. I think the odds were definitely not in Jug's favor for that to work.
Especially given how fast Saberlight is. Phase Boots, Windlace, and then he's got the Culling Blade movement speed, 30%.
Yep. I agree though. I'd love him to just pick up 2 bracers and just run at the Jug because he's just unkillable, and all of a sudden you're hitting like way harder. The Blink Rush is cool, but it's when you're playing against heroes that have this high turnaround potential. Viper very tanky. He's gonna have Nether Toxin down. Perhaps you're not gonna be spinning. Omni Knight, like Jug. If you don't get the kill, now you're just an axe with half HP and no mana, and you're worthless. You don't have that same damage. What I'm saying is Blink is value later in this game when his gyro is online.
Yeah.
Not right as soon as he gets it at like level 8.
He gets Blink Dagger and he tries to make a play onto Viper and like Omni Knight TP's in.
Yeah.
He dies. His entire momentum of a
It's all
successful
gone.
laning phase, it's all gone.
Yep.
Here come
Oh,
Finem
call into a little bit of overlapping stuns.
with the Bedlam, and they're going to get the kill. Even just a tiny bit of damage here. Adfinem are rotating up there. They're going to look to try to get some revenge kills. They've already got the Grimstroke ultimate, so they're going to bind 2 together here. The Axe with the Dark Willow. And they got the damage to get these kills. It looks like Axe will be the first to fall. Spartan will die. May just rotated in with a TP cooldown. Thug has a TP. He's got a way to get it off or use it. Doesn't look like it, and he may just die to the magic damage.
Gotta
The
heal.
Rocket
Omni
Barrage.
Knight. Omni Knight.
Oh,
He has the mana.
no. His Soul Ring, I think, wore off.
Maybe he, yeah.
I think he
Used
maybe
it to
popped
TP
Soul
or
Ring,
something?
to give him TP over. And
And that could be 4 runes. Because they rotate everyone top, so at least 3 runes going to go Singularity's way.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is. And Slark, you went for the farming build. To your point, I agree. Maybe a second point essence shift would have been warranted. But if you're just going to go farm jungle now, you love having max Q this early on as a Slark.
yeah, I just think like you win the matchup that much harder when you get the second level of
I
essence
agree.
shift. But you know, trade-off is slightly faster farm, and slightly better lane for Skylark. Another point to the whole Axe fast Blink Dagger play. Usually a fast Blink Dagger, it's picked up because there is a squishy fast farming core on the enemy side. A hero that you know if you Blink Call, he's going to die, and you can't afford for him to actually, like spend time, a whole lot of time farming. In this game, though, with Viper going for this maxed out, and they should know it too, maxed out poison attack, corrosive skin build, they're not afraid of him farming up jungle very quickly.
There's the Blink reveal. Immediately gets a kill out of it. Taking out Skylark's Omni Knight. And that is concerning for Adfinem. They're down 2k gold, 14 kills to 5. Not the biggest gold lead considering all the kills Singularity are getting, but
it feels bigger because they have this Slark that's free farming, because they have an Axe that's got a Blink.
Yeah.
And Slark owns this game. Like, there is no counter to a Slark. Even through GA, he doesn't mind too much because he's going to be stealing so many stats if you try to run away from him. And yeah, Viper's annoying for Slark to deal with, but when you buy BKB, there isn't a goddamn thing Viper can do. He just dies slowly, which gives away a ton of agility. And the Veil pickup, I'm just not sure I like the way Adfinim's utilizing this Viper. He has been in lane far too long, not jungling whatsoever. Top, they went on the Jug. He should be just fine, though.
Viper's TP'd in. They want to rotate and take this one.
He's going to live.
Stun. Not going to come out.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They
attack.
have 2 stuns. One is instant, and one is very delayed, and if you're pretty smart about Inkswell, you just TP before you even cast it. You're always going to be good.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So that's going to be a problem for Finem, because they're already suffering in this game. Now, like, even as the Viper gets strong, they're going to have an issue with catch.
The time.
Dire's bottom tower is
Especially
under attack.
against this Slark, who is going to have a really value Handamitis this game.
Yeah, this is pretty good timing for Slark, who
Radiant
had a
are
slightly
standing.
pressured lane, but has since just recovered with all this free farm.
Oh, wow, they've got him. It's really well played gank there. He just had no idea, and all of a sudden there were 3 heroes just behind him. Immediately silenced, lift, and dead.
I mean, even when he's surprised, like, he should still not die to that, right? Your ultimate is instant. So you should be able, like, Phantoms is not instant. You hear that sound, you instantly hit your R button, it's not going to latch onto you.
That's true.
Then you're home.
I think
free.
that the thing is, it's about what you're prepared for. So I
Yeah.
guarantee he's playing with, like, ready to Q. You know, you're not ready to ult because you're just not expecting a scenario where you could just be dead if you don't immediately end his bottom.
Like call?
They call
Nope. Jumped him again. The damage, is it going to be there? Skylark didn't have purification up, so absolutely.
Is this a bonus kill? Could be.
It's going to be close. MNT trying to get back to the high ground. Knows he has to deal with his Axe Blink, but doesn't do any damage. There's the bonus. Double
Saber
kill.
Light, dude. This guy's everywhere. I questioned the blink, but obviously you find kills like this, you're making it work.
Radiant's middle
And
tower
all he's really
is under
responsible
attack.
for is space now. The
Dire's
Slark with the
bottom
Midas
tower
means that
is
once he
under
gets that
attack.
defusal BKB, he will be ready to roll.
Nope. This time the TP wasn't in time. The Inkswell stun caught. Undying. Pexu goes down.
Judge TP in?
Want to fight this one, perhaps?
Yeah, but they brought 5 now. Finem, you need this fight. You need it. Get the ult off Spartan. You got no.
Is Spartan just ran into the high ground. He would have latched Axe and Dark Willow together.
Yep. And then he
But
would have
a
double Viper
momentary
struck
pause.
them.
Dire's top tower
I'm surprised
is
we
under
don't see more combo. I'm telling you, Grimstroke is broken. Like, that hero concept is so strong. I don't know why we haven't seen more
Radiant's
Grimstroke
bottom tower
Bloodseeker
is under
either.
attack.
That's like my go-to pub-winning combo right there. It is basic AF. In addition, when you have Viper or Beastmaster, Doom is not a hero I've tried.
Dire's structures are
Beastmaster's
fortified.
awkward, but I agree with everything else.
I think it's better with the DPSing cores. Like, Grimstroke Bloodseeker is crazy good. Because you can cast those spells from so far away. Like, you can you have this guy you could rupture, but now he's Grimstroke bound to somebody in fog. You're still rupturing both. Like, if you start a fight with those abilities, you cannot lose it.
Yeah. In this game, they've got 2 abilities outside of the Grimstroke. It's Telekinesis, which, you know, that's okay because, you know, they're both going to get stunned by the
Radiant's
drop
bottom
down,
tower has
which is kind of
fallen.
cool. And then it's Viper Strike. Omni
Yeah.
Slash doesn't do anything
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. Jug can't be at 2 places at once.
Actually, I like Grimstroke Pugno a lot, too. Because you double
Double drain.
decrep, double Dagon, and you're just like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
shit. That's a lot of damage.
That's right. We've seen a lot of teams when Grimstroke was really top tier meta. It's like you don't even care about necessarily drafting all these spells to synergize with it because there's a lot of items you can
Radiant's
use.
middle tower is under attack.
And this Slark has just got so much space, man. He's had absolutely nobody even trying to mess with him. And now they might look to engage here. Wouldn't be surprised. You got Blink initiations on Singularity. This Viper is alone. They know he's alone. They have a ward. What are you doing, Thug?
Get the
Thugger!
blink call.
Radiant's
I
bottom
get the
tower is under
catch.
attack.
Should be an easy kill. The Rubik does show up. The Terrorize is there for the backlines, and they're going to dunk and run, but 2 have been bound together, and with the Omni Slash, looking to get the kill here. We'll take out the Dark Willow, looking for more. Pexu's TP out. Going to be close. Gets out. Only lose Willow on the exit.
You're fine with that. Slark's already bottom farming.
Dire's
You got a
middle
tower.
has fallen.
Most important one. You'll take that all day. Trading a core for a support, multiple TPs. And the thing that Finem, this is how you play against them. It was similar to how we game planned to beat Immortals way back when. You can expect them to always respond with fighting. They're never going to take the, like, oh, we'll ditch one, we'll push this other lane. And it's very easy to set up plays that force Finem to rotate to dead parts of the map. You just had 5 dire heroes by their own tier 2 top. Their only play now is to push out this top wave And Singularity's just been farming this entire time. And if they wanted to, they could go shrine up and mount a defense anyway.
I think this game is like probably 5 minutes from being over.
Really? Jeez.
I mean, like, I just don't see how Finem come back into the game unless they start making some momentum happen in the next 5 minutes. Like, I don't know if you guys see something, but...
Well, this isn't helping their cause. Blink two-man call coming in from Saberlight. Omni Knight is going to be there for a GH, so they actually will turn this one, and maybe this is the fight they've been looking for. As the ping on the observer ward says Singularity knows something's up.
But they've already lost their tier 1 to a solo Slark. That's the thing. Like, this is the problem, is that they need to get kills now, or this is a lost trade already.
He's got his diffuser blade coming, too. Oh, boy. But yeah, I'm not saying like the throne's going to explode, but like I just think they're going to be in an unwinnable position if they don't start turning things around now. Because at some point Slark's going to be strong enough he can join fights, and then you know, the game's just so hard.
This actually, this is showing a little bit of Excalibur's inexperience, because he's chasing for a support kill here when he could have just pressured the jug bottom, cut across, farmed enemy jungle, farmed mid-wave. Instead, he comes up to a part of the map where 4 of his heroes already are. As soon as you see Jug TP as Slark, you cut across the map. If you're TPing, it should be for a massive engagement, not just to effectively steal a creep wave away from your gyrocopter. He also delayed his Midas usage by about 20 seconds. It's a minimal thing, but there is a reason this squad is in the minor grand finals, not the major.
It's the agility trap, honestly.
You
you feel so compelled to want to be in kills. It's the same as where we're talking about Lions, you know, using their finger at death in bad scenarios. You just feel compelled to get that growing advantage. But that one agility was certainly not worth the probably 600 gold that he missed out on, maybe more in total team net worth.
Fast fingers from Minty got the telekinesis before the call. Thanks for the ward. Yeah, let's say that. Fast fingers might have revealed the fact they have vision up there. Not to mention they've got a Slark who can always sniff out all the vision as needed.
Dude, that's one of the most... I still can't believe people don't... Like, how did it take so long for this hero to become picked? Because Slark is straight up just game-winning. Late game. Like, it is so OP. There's one of the only heroes that can control warding.
Slarks are broken, for sure.
It's just Dota. There's a lot of broken concepts. Grimstroke Ultimate we're just talking about. Slark, what he does where he gets free vision in so many ways.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, as a Grimstroke player, I think Grimstroke's kind of whatever. My hatred of Slark probably just comes from the fact that I have to lane against him. But I just feel like it's just it's a broken hero in some ways in that he is a hard carry that will oftentimes win his lane. You give him any sort of even matchup, he's going to win it over time.
He wins trades against melee heroes. Like, that, not many carries can say that.
Yeah.
Like, how many melee heroes can say, like, oh yeah, I'm fine laning against Tide. I like that.
Monkey King.
You're under so much pressure. This is like a hard carry, though, and the fact that, like, I know I can challenge Monkey King in level 1 Jingu Mastery. I can't challenge Slark for bounty runes because I know he's going to win the man fight. I'm using abilities, he's using a passive level 1, and he wins that fight, you know? Yeah. And I'm just like,
Monkey King Jingu has been neutered heavily compared to what it used to be.
Oh, God. Remember it one-shotting people? Yeah. I got my stacks. Time to one-shot somebody with Boundless Strike.
Dude, whoa. Undying's level 11.
Call mid. MNT going to be on the receiving end of a nasty initiation. Skylark's in trouble too. Level 12 Undying now. Those zombies slowing everyone down. Buyback on the Rubik. I don't know what the plan is there. Oh, chases on. Soulbind onto 2 Slark. He's one of those. Can't really go charging forward. Saberlight's in deep. He's just going to go for a TP out. He makes it out on like 50 health too.
Wow.
What a boss. This guy's legit. There's a reason they picked him up from Hippomaniacs.
I think the root actually reset Skylark's animation of Purification too. So that was pretty clutch from DNZ.
Yeah, Saberlight's playing like a new player. He was not that impressive earlier in this tournament, but so far, you can tell he's probably one of those tempo offlaners there's a lot of them where I think Moon Meander is the best example. In a good game, you're like, holy shit, this Moon did win majors. Look at this guy. And then in a bad game, you're like, oh, Moon, a 6th death in the off lane. It's only 7 minutes in. What's going on?
Yeah.
And I can hear, it's funny because I could say that to him, and he would start laughing. And I know the laugh, and I can hear it in my head now. And it entertains me. Shout out to Moon. They're going to the major. It's the Fighting
That's
Pandas, not Papegas any longer.
Go Pandas.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Eternal Envy learned about the about how Pepe the Frog has been used in political context. I guess he just learned that. I don't think that's any reason for you to change your team name.
I think I also read something about there was concerns because it's like a copyrighted image, and apparently the guy who made it is getting like harsher with people enforcing that copyright over it.
Gotcha.
Somebody made Pepe, and that's
Apparently.
so
That's a kid's character.
that's so anti-fun though. That should be open source.
Agreed.
If you're the guy who made it, you'd completely
Like Wikipedia's free, but memes aren't. What the fuck is the world coming to? Knowledge. I can get all the knowledge of the universe
Dude, this
for
guy.
free.
But I mean, that's like you know, Mickey Mouse. You want to meme Mickey Mouse? Disney's going to be like, fuck no, stay
That's
the way away
totally
from our
different.
IP. Is it though? It's different, just in the sense it's bigger. This guy's wishing he'd, you know, be able to monetize his character the same way Disney did.
I would say it's different in the same way Rickroll. You know, like it's it's the meme that made it popular. It wasn't popular originally.
Sure.
But
That's
you
true.
know, like I get it.
Soulbind onto 2. They've avoided fighting under the tombstone for the most part. Fear will catch out Thug. He's got Omniite behind him. They're still holding their ground here. And with the healing ward, there's so much sustain on this dire side. Excalibur finally snipes that healing ward. He's building up some stacks, but not a whole lot. And his BKB is about to wear off. And at Finem, they've won this fight, perhaps. They're charging forward. That Omni Slash is on 2. They can't split apart. Mage getting low. Luckily, the creeps help him out there. And with the Blade Mail call, oh no, Madara! The one thing that could screw him over. The Guardian Angel wasn't there. Skylark was just a little bit too far away, I believe. Oh, Omni Knight couldn't keep up with the Juggernaut, and that Omni Slash bouncing to those creeps. Thug's still tanky. He's in the front lines, doing some damage. They're going to ditch Axe.
That was a really strange fight. I don't think you can go for Viper, that's for sure. But Slark didn't really utilize his BKB for DPS.
That's where you see how tanky this dire frontline is, though. Viper with this Greaves build, Omni's just Omni. And they've got their items online now. They've got the Vlads, they've got the Medallion, Greaves, Veil. Jug's got his SMY, just tanky stats, etc.
Also, isn't it a little pointless to take the fight over into that side of the map? It's not where their vision is on Radiant's side. It's not where it's the dead end area where you go to that part of the map and you're not really going to be able to spread out and farm or anything.
You don't. If you're ahead, you want to play away from the corners. That's like just safe reasoning. And in theory, they want to be around their wards too, which are both in this mid lane area. I'd love to see them just do this, where Slark Singularity is going to try and cut across, maybe get a pincer here. You want to just look for fights right now.
Yeah, just keep taking advantage of the fact that Slark is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I don't believe Venom have a better late game lineup than them. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think Slark out carries everybody.
Bottom tower is under attack.
See what Venom look to do play-wise. Double damage rune up top. Always juicy with the thought of a potential Roshan if you can get your hands on that. There we go, it's been spotted now.
Skylark's considering Mule's Scepter.
Okay.
Really?
Gets axe. Just
Oh,
to say,
okay.
I mean, it's just your carry gets cold, you use the axe, stop the blade mail killing your carry. Or at least it gives you a secondary save alongside all your spells.
Oh my god, that's a DD on the Jug.
Yep. Well, he managed to not do too much damage to himself there. He's going to turn his bin now. Skylark's in the side here. He's got GA now. Just barely had the mana for it, but he's in trouble, as is at Finem as a whole. Madara going to look to turn and go back in. He's got an Omni Slash with a DD. Can he get the Omni Slash off? This is a DD. Omni Slash doing huge damage. He's taken out 2. He can't get the Slark, who's in the Shadow Dance. With Axe dead, he can actually charge forward somewhat fearlessly. DNZ does have Bedlam, but no Real way to fight, and with the buyback from Sableye, Madara quick on his feet, gets the hell out of there. Doesn't give Axe a chance to do anything. There's the Nether Toxin breaking the Axe, stopping some of that spin damage, also stopping the Slark from getting some stats, but he's got a hell of a lot already. And it's going to be 4 dead on Adfinum's side. The buyback from the Axe, setting them up to win the fight, setting them up to take Roshan.
Really nice job. Saberlight effectively trades his buyback and his life for those deaths and the Roshan, most importantly. Really well done by him, making himself a target.
I think the first call, I guess they had Nether Tox on the ground because it didn't. Oh! Whoa! Spartan blinks in, steals the 4 stops in, I say. Steals the Aegis. That's the most Spartan play ever.
That's on brand right there.
This guy is insane. That is such a low percentage play, and he makes it work.
Oh, yeah. For Envy, it might be 50-50. For Skylark, it's probably more like 90-10. But, you know, when he hits that 1 in 10, it's
the fact,
there you go.
You know, the 50-50 plays you're more likely to see coming and you prepare for. You don't
There's no
expect a 4-staffing Grimstroke from above the pit who doesn't have any vision, doesn't know when Roshan... Yeah, he's blind guesses and snatches Aegis.
What a boss.
It's like, I wouldn't even say there's like a 10% chance of success. It's lower.
Hey, some of us are playing Dota 2, some of us are playing Dota 3, and I think I know who I'm backing.
I think he's playing like...
Next expansion.
He's playing like 16-bit Dota sometimes.
Most people make that play, and I would look at that as, yeah, you're right. You're really far behind. You got to make desperate moves like that. But with Spartan, I actually don't know. He might feel like this is an even game, but he would still make that play, you know?
Yeah. They see the kill score. They don't maybe realize that the goal difference isn't that big. They probably can tell this Slark is kind of uncountered and a bit of a problem. But we'll see. This Viper Nether Toxin is pretty value this game. And oh, they see Saberlight walking up to them. He gets immediately soulbound, pops his pops his blade mail, and Viper's in a whole lot of trouble here. The rest of his team just get bullied away. The Tombstone Zombies just causing all sorts of problems. The Leash is going to also catch the Rubik. It's looking like a terrible fight for Finem.
Yep. Now, they're not taking the fight properly. Singularity get them in like these multiple skirmishes within the same engagement so they can't abuse their massive sustain. And,
yeah, I mean, they had no damage. They get the catch on this Axe. Like, Axe is just walking blindly uphill, gets soulbound, but he doesn't die. He pops his blade mail and he's like, wait, you guys don't even do damage. Without Jug, they can't kill anyone.
Damn, he went the attack speed talent, too. What a beast.
On
Axe?
On the Axe.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't like that.
I don't! But, you know, like, I like it's a manly move to not go strength on an Axe. And, hey, you know, Saberlight didn't go bracers either, so what do I know? This guy apparently is indestructible without stats.
14, 5, and 12. He's popping off this game.
He really is.
Also Mage, 10, 1, and 14 on this gyro. He had a tough lane mid and made all sorts of good rotations this game.
Scotty now on the Slark. Oof. Big oof right there because Finem already had disable issues before against this Slark. Now that he's this tanky, it pretty much guarantees he's always going to get Shadow Dance off.
This is it. This is perhaps the last hurrah. They may not be down on racks, but they have a big drafting deficit. They need to maybe burst Saberlight here. He's the big problem here. He's hiding perfectly in the trees. He gets the perfect blink 2-man call. Omni is there. The blade mail damage not really doing too much Madara, but it does take down Spartan. And they're in full retreat here, I feel. Thug cannot fight against the Slark, who's just going to steal all of his stats. He may be G8 here and not dying, but this is just free stats for the Slark. No, he's in the break, though, so he's not getting all too many. Finally managed to get out of the... Nope, he gets into a new Nether Toxin. He's going to be forced back, so Thug, at least with that Nether Toxin, able to avoid giving the Slark too many stats.
That was also a full duration healing ward, just sustaining Viper through that entire engagement. There's no way you're going to be able to burst him down through that. And yeah, as you can see, only 11 stacks picked up in that engagement from the Slark. The Nether Toxin really making it difficult for him to play the game. And I'm telling you, that one of my favorite talents in Dota, Nether Toxin silences. It's a long ways away, level 25, but man, you cannot play Slark and Axe anymore. Because if you blink in another, you can't taunt.
Well, that BKB. Well, both of them are going BKB. That was the first thing when you were saying that. I was like, okay, Slark is BKB, does Axe. And Axe will.
But they're only going to be 5 seconds long by that point.
Yes.
Gyro's got to be KB. He's had one for a bit. He's going to be.
It could be
going
1
satanic.
second long, Kyle, and you'd get the call off.
Sure. Well, yes.
But it may mess up the call. Like if you need to preemptively BKB or make
Yeah.
sure you, if you blink it at Nethertoxin, that like half second where you're not calling right away can cost you for sure.
Yeah,
I
DD
do
on
agree
Slark,
with
by
that.
the way.
It's very kind of you. Throwing that rope down to Kyle.
Dire's
Kyle's in this
top
hole.
is under
We're a
attack.
team.
Doesn't
you know?
know a way out.
Yeah.
You know,
Lower the. I'm trapped
keep Kyle in
the
his
well.
place, but every now and then, you know, he's going to be able to keep up with us.
See, sometimes I don't throw him the rope, you
Oh.
know?
Radiant's
Like, come
bottom
on.
tower is under
Come on,
attack.
Timmy. How many times are you going to fall down into that well? You know, at some point in time, you got to learn. You got to learn the
Yeah.
hard way.
For me, it's like we're playing one of those co-op games, and you can't advance unless Kyle is like there because he's going off the screen. So it's like he's got to keep up just enough. He's always going to be lagging behind, but we still
Hey.
love you, Kyle.
So, okay, I'll take it. This works for me. I like you guys too.
That's exactly where we're going with that.
I know you gods. You're always fishing for compliments. Damn Australians. What's the most dangerous animal you'd be comfortable fighting in a cage? Like 1v1, it's like a battle to the death, literally. But like, what would you feel mostly confident against?
And that requires like a list of animals more than anything.
Any animal, literally any animal. You're getting.
It's like, you know, this is like too broad of a, you know?
What's the most dangerous creature you're confident you could take?
Dangerous is also like very different. Like I could fight a snake, you know? Like there's a chance I don't get bit and I get to grab the snake by the head.
You've got a lot of practice.
And then grabbing snakes,
Yeah,
choking them out.
yeah. So it makes sense.
Well,
You'd be-
even snake, it's like there's those huge, like 10-meter long snakes that'll just like wrap around you and choke the life out of you.
Yeah. So like dangerous is dangerous
so-
is
what are we-
broad.
I'm trying to, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough
It's
one.
too wide of a topic. Can we stop? This is serious. I really wanted to know.
Grand finals.
I mean, I was
Come on,
being,
Kyle.
I was
Like-
being
Yeah, I
serious.
was trying to give you a serious answer too.
All right, so like obviously Komodo dragon is a no-go, as would be a grizzly bear. But like, what
very
about a brown bear? Or what about a black bear? What about
A brown bear.
what
No.
about a
Black
wolverine?
bear,
What about a
no.
coyote versus a wolf?
Coyote.
Most of those wolves, jaw strength is insane.
Radiant's
Bite
bottom tower
strength.
is under attack.
I'm not messing with that.
I think I would be able to take a wolf, but I would probably just try
A
to
wolf?
domesticate it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say coyote.
Well, no,
A
no, no, no,
wolf?
no.
Those things are
Whoa.
huge. And
First off, I didn't say anything about what supplies you could have. I'll have a hell of a lot of beef jerky. I'm gonna train it. I'm gonna teach
Train
it to
it?
recognize
You're not fighting it
affection
then.
and love. I'm fighting with words.
Oh,
gods.
you're fighting the animal's
with words
own-
of affirmation and
Yeah.
kindness.
Yeah.
Two.
Its need for a companion.
the
all right,
pen-
well, I take an M16, Kyle,
Whoa, that's against the
and
rules.
I will fight pretty much any animal at a distance.
Sorry, you start melee.
Oh,
range.
Blink Call catches the Omni Knight. This is not the fight Finem wanted. Omni gets feared as well. Skylark, he gets off the GA. Maybe salvaging the fight, but he is going to get dunked. And the call is also going to catch the next one, which is Spartan. So it's looking all over for Finem in this fight. They've managed to kill just the Undying.
And they took the gem back. Yep, this is looking good for Singularity. The Slark is running rampant on the game. Impressive that Mage has the net worth he does, though. He's 12-1 and 16 on Gyro. We flamed the pick, but man, he has really made some magic
You
happen.
flamed the pick, Kyle.
We all
don't
flamed.
pull us into this one. I was trying to backpedal your claim and say, hey, look, Gyro's fine as a first pick. Gyro Undying opener, Kyle. Thoughts?
True. Hey, they've played it better, though, and Finem, they do get wrecked by Undying. When you consider it was early picked, you have an Omni, you have two supports that just kind of can't enter a tomb.
Yeah, having the Slark pick against the Omni Knight with the Undying was just, yeah, that was brutal. They were ready for that Omni pick, it feels like.
Dire's middle barracks
And this is looking like game one in the bag of this best of 5.
Bramble Maze cooldown. My favorite talent with Dark Willow.
Dire's
What is the cooldown? 8 seconds.
Yeah, you just spam it out. You can get two different brambles out.
Dagger's charging in. These soulbinds just don't feel like they're setting up a whole lot anymore. The damage follow-up kind of lacking. Excalibur on the front lines, charging in. Helps the Shadow Dance, looking for Skylark. It's already going to be a buyback on Madara's jog, but even if you hold here,
They can
what
keep
are you
fighting.
holding
Why are
for?
they backing away? They're going to lose a couple here. I hope Saberlight doesn't die. The man deserves to live. And he's going to. Well played. Man, Saberlight has been on point as well. He had a blink at what, like 12 minutes? We said we weren't huge fans because he'd have to use it, but he used it. He's been everywhere. He's found kill after kill. At Finem constantly being exploited by their lack of initiation. That's another thing we didn't really touch on, but
Saberlight's going in. He has the ward vision. Catches out Spartan and he wandered or something, and he's still gonna get the kill. Oh, there we go.
That was a different kind of taunt, you know?
That was the we're taking game 1 taunt.
Singularity just playing very careful, making sure this game is solidified, though I feel like they had the game in the bag probably 20 minutes ago.
yeah.
Just not a fan of what this Viper has done. You know, like I understand your issues with Juggernaut, and I do kind of agree. He had a pretty tough lane, but like Viper, the gyro rotated out. You know, he had total free farm, and
Dude, look at his items.
yeah, it's like
Look at his items.
Viper, are you talking about?
What is that?
Yeah.
Ags is never an item. And
But what if Grimstroke ultimate? You're getting 2 Ags Viper strokes.
Great call. That'll bait out a GA, but you got to imagine Slark doesn't give a crap about that one. He's happy to steal some stats. He's leashed up, and they may just fall back for the racks here. Whoa! Four-wheeler. And they're not going to get the racks in the end. We're just not feeling Thug's impact the same way as like his Ember Spirit. Like I feel like if he's on an Ember Spirit this game, it just feels like a different game when you have that second core that can be a threat, do damage.
yep. I agree.
I also think Grimstroke's a dog shit hero when you don't pick any good abilities to match up with it. You know? Somebody who's picked a lot of Grimstroke at the start of a draft and watched and seen like very few single target abilities being used.
Yep.
It's just not. I think you got telekinesis and Viper Strike.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, for what I've seen, I'd even say it's kind of a question of just pick in general. Like the fact it forces you to pick those heroes, maybe, and even when you do, I don't know. Grimstroke to me just doesn't give you anywhere near as much as other popular 5s right now.
Kyle, do you agree?
Okay.
With which point?
I think Grimstroke's a bad hero.
Radiant
I
are
think that
scanning.
it is always at least a good hero. I don't agree with the S tier valuation some teams give it, but the reason I like it so much is you have multiple different ways of winning lanes. Sometimes 3-point silence is game winning early. Sometimes you want to farm with Q. Sometimes you buff someone with a shield, they go kill stuff. Like, it's always effective. And your ult is just, hey, single target spells are used on both these heroes at once. That's always
I just,
good.
Honestly, Gons, I just wanted to see how much Kyle would walk it back. It's always a degree, you know? Because at the start, I remember what Kyle said about Grimstroke, and I was like,
Dire's bottom tower.
I don't know if I like that hero as much as you do. Time to end the game.
Yep. Well, they didn't end up getting the top melee racks, but they are happy to go for that high ground play now. Aegis, still a couple minutes left on it. Mage happy to be that frontliner now, has Satanic and B-Fly.
They've DD bottled on the Slark along with the Butterfly. He is indestructible at the moment. And they have enough gold for the Heart on Axe. I really wish Singularity just spent their money. I don't think Finem really have the base damage to threaten any turnaround, even if you were to go down for some time. Just spend the gold. Go hard with this Aegis.
Happy to not take too many chances given what's on the line.
Yeah, dude, they're playing it really safe. Like, I legit don't think Finem's lineup is capable of a comeback from this point. But they are
tend to
playing
agree.
like, you know, I think they'd have to lose like 5 fights in a row for the game to be even.
Rapier does a lot of damage with that talent.
Yeah.
What happened to Skylark's game as well? It just, you know what it is? Finem just have too many items that provide only utility. Specifically on the Viper, but Omni Knight, you've got 2 Force Staffs, which are good, but like they didn't have a Yules until just now when Rubik got one. And they're playing against an Axe. Hey.
Well, when he was going Yules earlier, I was going to suggest Force Staff. I think Force Staff's better for an Omni Knight than Yules.
Turns out pushing high ground into Axe Viper is not all too fun.
Yeah,
I think Slark should go hit top.
Yeah, I agree.
When they show bottom.
Yeah, just force Finem to split up, and then maybe that sets up a initiation for Axe somewhere.
Yeah.
You're just looking for that call. But Aegis expiring in 20 seconds, so not sure if they're going to continue this push or not.
Who's got the worst level 25 talent?
In this game or just in Dota in general?
Just in general. Can you guys think of a really bad one?
Like,
I mean, it's going to be relative, right?
Yeah.
But
We're all just looking around at these heroes.
I need. That's what I need a list for. I mean, I have a piece of paper of heroes, so.
There's a couple that are pretty rough. I can't think of any though. Oh well.
My memory's pretty bad. I can't remember what half the heroes' talents are most of the time.
Yeah.
What about in this game?
well, the
Oh,
reason that made me
gyros are
think of
pretty
that-
bad. I mean, triple
Yeah.
homing missile is not the worst, but it doesn't feel like level 25 worthy.
Yeah, it's like you know, you're like, okay, this talent's like okay, but the other one's like really bad, so
Yes.
you just kind of accept what you got.
So
I never feel good about Dark Willows because like there are so many supports that when you get your level 25, it's some sort of transformative ability.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing here. Like I'm obviously not going to go attack speed, and so I mean with the Aghanim Scepter, it's pretty cool, but like Terrorize, AoE disable is just better, but 1.5 seconds doesn't make me super excited.
Dire are scanning.
Singularity playing the high ground here. There's a scam. Madara's going to go charging in. The Inkswell stun.
bottom tower is under
But
attack.
Singularity, they've got the Observer Ward here. Saberlight not looking to blink initiate on Madara right now.
Again, just playing it safe, not trying to take that engagement as they go into the high ground, just controlling their ward area while DNZ runs around picking up bounty runes. They're going to have the Scythe of Ice on him now.
They're playing for next Roche. They're playing for, you know, Acceptors or something at this point. But
oh wow. That's fun.
Madara, he gets pulled back to Heavenly Grace. Helping get
Oh,
rid-
Gyro!
He's trying to
also
Satanic.
Satanic.
He's hitting Siege
Steal!
Creep.
Oh.
One more right click. They get the kill. Excalibur. Gonna be forced to run.
Yo, what is going on? Where's his team?
Another blink call is there. Catches Spawn, but the quick Yule Scepter, that's going to keep Spawn alive. He then gets forced up in the G8. Yeah, that catches out everyone. Spawn's also now rooted as well. He's going to get dunked before he can use a spell. Omni gets thrown up in the air.
The hex.
Fibers coming in. Nice force stop to help keep him alive. Thug making some good defensive plays here. As Singularity will be forced back. They bolt back on Meiji. They cannot afford to lose him. He's going to blink on Gyro. Okay.
They just gave Finem an opportunity to win the
Yeah,
game.
Madara, he's scary. He's got some good damage here. He wants to go on this axe. The Blade Mail's there, but he's just going to damage his way through it. The Blade Fury probably won't finish him off. Excalibur leaps out of there. At Finem, there is a hope. Honestly, I think this Axe Viper was the right choice this game. It is doing some serious work in these fights. Another call. This one going to catch out too. Trying to pull at Finem further in. Singularity charged forward with Excalibur Slark, but it's going to be forced to pounce out. Still has the cheese as well as his ultimate.
Gyro's trying to take top right now.
It's just a beast, and
Oh, he gets no buyback.
Can't afford dive. Yep, BKB is there. No TP, though. Maybe next time, trying to chase him down. Lifts him back. There's the Viper Strike, but he blinks away. There you go. Dodge those Viper Strikes. That's the idea behind the blink, maybe.
What a fight. I feel like there's got to be something they're doing wrong on Singularity. Don't they just dive and kill the supports? I think the only reason these fights are going well for Finem is because the Rubik and Grimstroke are just constantly spamming spells too.
The Axe is getting call after call on the cores.
Yeah.
Like, often two-man calls, but they're not heroes they can kill. The sustain on this dire side. The Omni, what he brings to the table, definitely problematic. And I think a fight like that basically says, let's maybe wait Roche. Gyro doesn't have buyback. Let's, you know, I think next Roche is either the Refresher or the Ag Scepter, so.
We now have the BKB on the Viper, so that's really big.
You're about to have MKB on the Jug, and then this Gyrocopter. We saw he died even without an MKB. You had a whole other item with the Jug. He actually would have just died in that Omni Slash, and he did like 150% of his HP pool because he did get 3 or 4 hits off with the Satanic running too.
Does he buy it? Does he care about
Yeah,
buyback?
you
He's
gotta
buying it.
buy
So
it.
he's going all in.
Real players buy items. Fake players save 10,000 gold for buyback.
It's, you know, you say that, but I feel like just the other day, it's 50, 60 minutes, someone didn't have buyback and you blame the hell out of him, so.
It's situational.
Yeah, that proverb could just as easily. Oh,
Yeah. Here we go. Blink call. Catches out Spot, and that's the Grimstroke. Gets off the Soulbind, though, so at least uses his ultimate. Doesn't have buyback this time, and Rubik neither. That may just be game. You've lost your 2 supports. You talked about how key they were, Kyle. Viper and Jug still alive, but there's not a whole lot they can do with the Omni buyback. Maybe they can try and take this fight. Yule Scepter on the Omni. It's suddenly just a 3v5, though. And the lack of buyback on those heroes.
Madara has
Problem.
major mana issues.
Yep.
Need to go heal.
Slash, throwing out, bouncing around. They're trying to split the damage. Mage, okay. Didn't split the way Mage would have liked. Blade Fury gonna pull around. Rubik now has the money for a buyback too. Can Finem do something with 2 minutes, no Gyrocopter. Maybe they get Roche.
Yeah.
Maybe they go push.
yeah, you have to force it at this point.
You gotta
Because
get
you have no
something.
way to like control Singularity and keep them fighting you, so you have to go for an objective that perhaps forces them.
Yep. And just to your point, like they killed the supports. That's what they needed to do. They didn't have buyback, and once they go down, the cores are forced to play more defensively. Madara, though, is actually just the most farmed hero by far in this game. Part of that, Slark, if you checked his fighting weight during that engagement, he has 6,600 gold. He's really nearly a 20k net worth hero.
Yeah.
He's equal with the Axe, not the Jug for the moment.
And Madara is also just itemized to be slick slotted too. Like
Yeah.
Butterfly, Satanic, Mjolnir, MKB. These are like the kind of items you want as a 6 slotted Jug. Maybe SMY the exception. Yeah, I believe he just dropped it. No, okay, no, he's picking it back up. We'll see if he holds on to that or not. But they get Aegis Cheese. Aghanim Scepter on Jug as well.
Yep.
Game on.
Yeah, I like that. It means it's a 70-second cooldown now. It'll last slightly longer. This is not bad.
It's apparently still pretty bad according to Dota Plus. 98%. 97.
Really?
There we go.
Jeez.
Yeah. Do you like that they didn't like force more with a 2-minute death on Gyro? Not going for any kind of a. I mean, I guess getting one lane of Rex doesn't do anything for you. It's like
Yeah,
you
you
go
need
for the
to.
throne, basically.
I would have liked to see them get 1 tier 2, just so that they opened up racks, but
Oh my, Madara.
just
Gotta be careful. The Satanic with the status resistance and the lifesteal helping a lot against this Axe Call.
Fights are also like really hard once you step outside of your base as Finem, because then your backline gets exposed that much easier. All the mobility of the Singularity heroes is going to be a lot more useful,
Yep.
where this wall that they just kind of keep on running into and trying to go high ground limits a lot
Uh,
of that.
Madara is about to buy a Moonshard. Like, this man is as farmed as you can get. This is the timing for Finem.
He's 8, 9 slotted, Moonshot, Ag's Blessing, Backpack SMY. That's, I mean, I'm counting 9 items basically.
You really want to get level 25 on the Viper, no matter which talent he gets. 160 damage or Nether Toxin silences. Both are insane. I think the silence is great, because then Axe literally cannot taunt him if he's standing in Nether Toxin once the BKB goes down.
Speaking of Axe, has an Ag Scepter queued up. He is holding on to buyback. There we go. Ags with the Battle Hunger DPS. Should be some good fun.
I like the silence because it forces Slark to play differently. You know, like you have to actually hold onto your BKB in engagements, because if you get caught out in a situation where you're not able to cast Shadow Dance or Pounce or Dark Pact, like, you could just die. So he won't be able to, like, use his BKB offensively anymore.
This is, I feel like, one of those sloppy late game plays. The fact that Finem haven't dewarded these wards on their own high ground. Like, Singularity have crazy vision. There was 2 wards on their high ground until one just expired. But we're in that position with this Aegis for another 2 minutes.
Viper approaching 25, needs one more wave. We'll finish the Shivas as well. I really like what Finem is doing here. Just spending all their gold, ensuring they have the optimum levels of preparation, both in talents and itemization. Oh,
they go on the back lines. They're ignoring Madara. But Madara is not going to ignore them. He wants to charge on in forward. Gets the Heavenly Grace, so the root's not doing a whole lot, but in Singularity, they're just poking. They're trying to get some free stats on Slark, not that he manages to do so. And Finem want to force something while they've got an Aegis.
Sir, please, bring the gem over.
Please, Viper, go get level 25. You're so close. God, just farm somewhere.
That's one way to stop the Jug Sandwich Apple with the Battle Hunger.
That's going to be Aegis.
He got the Blade Fury off. Okay, doesn't have Satanic though. Madara's going to just turn and fight. It looks like he's happy to just throw away his Aegis. The Soulbind going to catch 2. Terrorize onto 1. That's with the extra duration. The level 25 talent. Omni's going way back. But
yeah, another Toxin Silences. That's the talent. So you got to be really careful about the green goo. More than even usual, especially if you're a Slark, if you're an Axe. If you don't have BKB ready, you're in huge trouble.
And these are 5-second BKBs now, I assume, across the board. Yep, all of those 5 seconds. E-Blade Gyro. I love this item choice. The one thing that seems to be causing him problems is the Omni Slash, so having that Ghost Scepter E-Blade for himself and his teammates, very helpful item.
Oh yeah, somebody had to get it, and it had to be the Gyro. I like that choice a lot. That's one of those game-winning items, because and this goes back to my issue with Jug, where your entire character comes down to, do you kill something in the Omni Slash? And if you don't, well, you've probably lost the game.
He got the Aghanim's. I believe that's a purchased Aghanim's Blessing. I don't think there's been a second one from Roshan. And here we go. They're going to jump in. They're going to catch Spartan, who does have buyback. We'll see if he's going to be forced to use it. He's going to hold it for now and wait to see what Singularity do. These Viper Strikes being dodged where possible. They just do so much damage if you do allow them to go off. Holding on to that buyback.
So really interesting engagement. You know, it's actually become easier. Since they're down to 2 racks, they only have to defend this one spot in the base. And so far, at Finem, they've been punished when they're not clumped together. You know, you want one big fight and brawl as AF, not multiple skirmishes at the same time. So, in theory, their base being destroyed partially could be one of the best things that happened to them in this game.
How do you beat split push? Let him take all your racks.
That's exactly.
You know what could be unironically dope? I would like to see an Aghanim's Blessing on Slark.
I agree.
That's another good counter to helping your allies against Omni Slash.
It's a really good point.
Because they have no AoE disables to like punish that type of play, right? So.
Yep.
And he might get taunted, but that doesn't matter to you. You won't even be spinning if he's in the poison.
Axe Blessing queued up on the Axe, looking to free up an item slot for himself.
Wait, what? Who's not going to be taunted because they're in the... What?
So you won't spin.
Yeah, but I'm talking to Aghanim Scepter on Slark.
Yeah, so Axe can taunt them all.
Illusion.
Aghanim Scepter is AoE Shadow Dance.
And of course, because they're on the same team, this interaction isn't important to discuss. But
I didn't even.
I should have known from the last time this happened. But I legit thought you thought that like Aghanim's on Slark did something else, and I was trying to figure out what it could do that would have to do with the.
I just didn't open my eyes. That's all. Nothing to see here.
It's, you know, early mornings. Early mornings. Dude, they haven't even really done that much chip damage. This siege has been going on for like 15 minutes. His tower still has 500 health.
What's Rubik looking for in these fights? He's got Bedlam right now. Is there
Steal
crazy
Viper
spells?
Strike.
You pulling the Kyle?
Shut up, Cap. You jerk.
You said
Yo.
that with like so seriously, but I was just like, yeah, okay.
What if your level 25 talent was Rubik was the Morphling one?
I knew you were going to say
Steal
that.
from allies.
Oh,
I think it'd be OP if you could steal their ultimates.
Yeah, no ultimates. No
Steal
ultimates.
non-ultimates from allies. I'm down for that.
Viper's in trouble.
He's got 4 stuff. He's gotten those double Viper strikes out. Finim's lineup is just so frustrating to play into. Get the D1 on the cliff now. They want to move out. Madara takes out the tombstone. Saberlight blinks him with the DKB. Doesn't really catch anyone in the call like he was hoping to. Nice fear. Going to catch the Omni. And Omni Slash is going through everyone. It's destroying them. It's going to be a triple kill. Madara? You can't stop this man. Holy shit.
Huh?
I'm just saying, the Aghanims would have been super sick there. They were all clumped up. Just imagine you pop Shadow Dance.
That's
Omni
true.
Slash is gone, and they literally just run out of damage at that point.
That Aghanim's Omni Slash
Wow.
just demolished them.
Yo, don't go Refresher. I'm dead serious. Get Aghanim Scepter on Excalibur.
He's hoping for the Roshan, maybe.
You legit can't lose this game, I think. If you just, like,
You're right.
deal with Omni Slash. That's it.
No, you're actually, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I believe Dota Capitalist has created a win condition for a Radiant team in dire need of one because right now they've got no idea how to win this game.
Do they
They
really
don't
need
know.
a win condition when they're up 17k gold
Yes.
for it? Yeah, they kind of do.
What's Dota Plus saying? All right, it is 96%.
It's improving. It went from
Every-
98, 97.
To be fair,
So 1% at a time.
they did get literally 3 kills with just an Omni Slash and were able to do absolutely nothing with the advantage. They are still very far behind.
Do you agree with that assessment of the game?
The
I mean, I
96.
legit think it's not that far off. I
It's
legit think it's
95-5.
like, yeah,
Still.
I think it's.
maybe 90-10.
I think it's at least 90-10 for me, just because it is one of those. It's crazy late game Dota, and this is where the pressure is on.
All right, now it's 85-15. Every buyback you use has got to be like another 5%.
I think there's so much pressure right now in Singularity, and given what's at stake, and they seem to be crumbling, but it feels like it's maybe even like 75-25 to me.
Gyro has gold to finish his Butterfly or his E-Blade and get buyback. I'd sure love him to pick that up before this fight.
Dude, Singularity needs this. That's why they bought back. They need the Aghanim's Blessing from Roshan. They know. Please tell me they know. I swear to God, if they give it to like Dark Willow or something, I'm gonna be so mad.
Off getting the bounty runes. What's up, buybacks? That's everyone except that Dark Willow. 9 buybacks in play. And we'll see what comes. This is where some of those runes can really have an impact. DD runes on your Jug. Even things like illusion runes just to keep lanes pushed out can be very helpful.
We had 60 minutes because this is our first 60-minute game I think we've seen so far.
We had one other one, I think. The NIP one, remember?
Yeah, you're right.
The NIP Godsend, I think it was. The one that kind of Godsend through a bit. There we go. Dewarding. Both teams standoff around the pit. Definitely a stage of the game where Roche isn't quite as important as it once was. The Ag's Blessing on Slark, for sure. I mean, he's kind of got the money to buy it if he really wants, but... Gyrocopter taking some damage from that Viper Strike. Here comes Madara, gets the bash, has an Abyssal Blade now. Madara doing some big damage to Excalibur, who's going to be forced to pounce away with the Shadow Dance. That's 60 seconds down. They're going to feel very confident about this fight with no Shadow Dance. Fall down just used to push them out of the pit. Mage goes blinking in. He wants to get Spartan's Grimstroke. Will do so. Immediate buyback coming to play. Saberlight got the call in the backlines here. They want the Omni, but he's got the GA out. He manages to purge it off using that Nullifier. He's still going on to the Omni now. The Dunk is there. Another buyback coming out. Dark Willow died back though, and Slark's in trouble. Nice force up. The Viper Strike damage is not quite enough. Another call. Saberlight catches that 2 once again. There's still an Abyssal Blade available from Madara, but he's used the Omni Slash. 60-second cooldown, though. He's almost got it once more. Here comes Slark. 15 seconds until Shadow Dance. Madara really wants this Roshan. It looks like he might get it as well. They've been kept out of the pit. Madara, what can he do with these items? He needs to make some space. The Axe he can't pick up. He needs some teammates in there. Saberlight's going to go on in. What's Saberlight got? He's trying to pick up items. Madara snatches the Aegis, and Saberlight gets himself an Axe Blessing, or maybe that was his own. I don't even know what the hell's going on in this pit.
The Axe Blessing was picked up by Madara, so he can give that to somebody else. So Axe already consumed his
Oh,
own.
you give that to the Omni. Oh, that is so
And
sick.
then, yeah.
It works on buildings now.
They're going to start regenning.
It's global.
They're going to start regenning their tier 3 towers.
Yes.
That took
Yes.
15 minutes
Use
to do
it off
1,000
cooldown.
damage.
That's one of the. Isn't it like? How much regen is it?
I think it's 40.
It used to be like nothing. I remember it was like
Yeah.
some tiny amount of regen that was like a joke. But
So it's
40 is
400
legit.
health when you use it.
That's
Yeah.
legit.
Dude, and I gotta say, this status resist stacking is what's making Madara so unkillable.
91-9. This game feels way more even at this point. It does not feel like a 91-9 game. At Finem is just outplaying the hell out of Singularity.
Oh, yeah. This is insane.
Yep. They're just going to push forward. A tier 3 tower. Don't think they necessarily care about the racks so much. The shrines may be a bigger deal. Or the throne themselves, but they will. They're going to go back for the kills. Madara goes on the Axe. There's going to be a silence on one. The BKB is there. The double Abyssal Blade from Madara. He's still in, but he's got no mana for the Omni Slash.
Oh, he had the mana. That might have been a good Omni Slash. The E-Blade already used.
Yeah. Takes the melee racks. Looks like they may just back off together. Need some mana. He's like, Viper, where you at, bro? Where's that Guardian Greaves? Gonna just take the doink once again, holding his mana. Slark about to respawn. Are they gonna TP in for this fight? At Finem are still grouped as 5. They've got Guardian Angel, Refresher shot Guardian Angel at that.
There's a big push coming in mid, so they know they have to
Whoa,
TP back.
yeah,
All they have to do is catch somebody now.
Yep, they're really chasing hard. Saberlight used his blink already, so still 6 seconds. At Finem, looks like they have successfully gotten away without getting caught. Just a 3K gold lead.
It's unbelievable. I cannot believe they're still in this game.
It's well, a lot of that gold difference is these Axe Blessings, I guess. Oh, there's one on the Radiant. Oh, there's 2. Okay, never mind. It's not the Axe Blessings really.
Yeah, how do the Axe Blessings work when it comes to net worth?
It's just a big chunk. It includes the full value of the Axe
it's
plus the Blessing
yeah,
recipe,
yeah,
right?
it's like 6,200.
Yeah. So it
Net
kind of inflates your net worth a bit.
No sorceries avail.
Madara has played a hell of a game to keep at Finem in this one. I mean, the whole team has played well from behind. But
All right. I don't know if they had this last fight, but they've got the Refresher now on DNC.
yeah.
That is 11 seconds of AoE disable, potentially.
All right. Let's see if we can do it.
They have a DD on Gyro as well. This is pretty solid timing. I really hope this Axe changes up instead of Shiva's goes AC. You don't have an AC in this game of Singularity. That's insane to me. The 10 armor swing. There's anytime you're this late in the game, like you need that item on somebody.
It's just kind of silly not to have all the aura items at this point. Like Pexu's going for, he has the Vlads. He's trying to build Solar Crest.
He's level 25 coming up. But pretty much everyone's going to be 25 soon, except poor Spot.
Time for tombstones everywhere, man. Get that reincarnation talent.
Telekinesis cooldown on the Rubik. 7-second cooldown telekinesis. What else are we looking at? Omni got the Heavenly Grace cooldown. Oh, that's pretty obnoxious to play into.
Yeah, it's great. That's great because you can then keep it on yourself.
Yeah, guys, they know that they're coming top. Look at this. They're rotating over.
They're going to
They
pop
scan.
the smoke. They kind of have an idea. They're going to immediately blink backwards. Are they going to take this fight? They're missing several people. Boots
They're
have
all
traveled
TPing
too.
in.
He's TPing onto the Viper himself. Here comes Madara. They still don't have Omni, but he's got the global G8 if needed. So even though he's not here, he can still help
He's
out a
already
little
dead.
bit. Madara's spinning. There's the Guardian Angel.
Madara has no
Push him
mana.
back, and it looks like this could be a dead Saberlight Axe if he's not careful here. Madara, without mana, can't use his Omni Slash. He's swapping in the MKB now. Has the Aegis still. Can he find the mana to use his Omni Slash? He just doesn't have the mana to support this. He'll get the one kill. Not Up in the north.
I think just get one out of that. The Shadow Blade of the Axe allowing him to just slide away into the night.
And these mana problems are seriously problematic.
Wow. Really? You don't say, Parker.
Go fuck yourself, Kyle. Enough of your shit. Costing 67 minutes of Dota here.
Hey, if you need a break, one of us can take over. Cap is a pretty decent play-by-play.
I think God's doing a great job.
Radiant
I think he's
scanning.
doing an adequate job as well. I agree.
Adequate. Adequate.
Woo.
Damn, dude.
He just told me to fuck myself. You think I'm going to start praising it? That's not how things work
Just
here.
a hater.
You're not going to reverse psychology me here. Speaking of which, gods, I think you pay me way too much at these events.
Done.
That didn't work like I had hoped. But will this push work out like Finem hopes? They've already got the bottom racks, now killing off the tier 2 mid, but it does appear like that will be all she wrote.
All crazy stuff's coming. Gyro's going to Rapier queued up with 11k gold, so we can kind of just buy it and sell a buyback if he wants. What do you guys think the idea behind this Gyro Blink is? He's held on to it all game.
I think he legitimately really doesn't like the Viper Strike.
Christ illusion.
Who?
That's
Me?
one of the main things. That really is like the big thing I'm seeing too.
like he's not trying to blink into the back line with his gyrocopter. Yeah. I think he just doesn't want to get hit by Viper Strike.
Oh, well, he's got a Rapier, folks. This is it. It's game time. Let's see what goes down here. Singularity. It's still just one fight. Finem have done their best to claw back into it.
Omni's buyback is a big one to look out for. Him and Grimstroke. It's 45 seconds. Finem are missing a couple key buybacks. They don't give a shit, though. They're going in anyways. They're going to blow up Hexu. Mage could be next. He's thrown up in the air. Mule Scepter's up. Thug doesn't have a Viper Strike. He's being feared back. This is a 5.5 second duration fear. Guardian Angel comes into play, but they immediately burst him out anyways. Here's the Omni Slash finally coming up. Mage
Rapier
loses the Rapier. He
Rapier on the
does
deck.
have buyback still. Is Gyro going to pick it up? You betcha. He's dropped his MKB for this one. He's got huge damage output now. Buybacks from both sides. Viper using his Grimstroke. Still no buyback for at least a little bit until it comes off cooldown. Viper in some trouble here. He can't afford to die. Thug! Oh no, the second Guardian Angel is there. That's going to keep him just barely alive with the Refresher Shard. Thug gets kept in fighting shape. Excalibur on the run. They want him. They're going to get the long telekinesis. That MNT lift from miles away. With the Aether Lens, he's just causing all kinds of problems. They're going to buy back. They're looking for the killing blow.
They finally got stuns. A level 25 Rubik with the telekinesis cooldown.
Yeah.
He now has a stun every 7 seconds.
What was that from Mage, though? He just was in no man's land. I know you've got a
This
Rapier,
blink
but
is like
he
screwing him out. He blinked in and just died.
he just got lifted and then omnied, and he was dead. He couldn't get his Z-Blade off, couldn't use Satanic. Cap's got his head in his hands. This is
what a time for a pause. This game is so tense, and it's just like, oh, let's chill.
And even worse, gods, our breakfast is right over there. I can see it.
It's getting cold.
The alternative was this game ended really fast, the food wasn't here, and we had to start game 2. So, you know,
That's
at least
true.
there is food waiting for us.
They're the real priorities.
Jug with a Rapier.
Will this... I mean, that was, again, there was no Willow in that engagement. He had to TP back in because he died right away.
Madara just...
Or, sorry, that was Undying. There's no
Yeah,
Undying.
Madara refreshed his Omni Slash. It's a 70-second cooldown, but he saved, you know, probably cut off 30, 40 seconds on that cooldown.
Yeah.
They're also not targeting, I think, super well. I watched DNZ use his first Terrorize, and then he used Scythe, and nobody was targeting. I actually don't know who he had controlled up. And then he popped his Refresher and didn't immediately use the second Terrorize on the call, the 2-man call, that Saberlight was able to get. And so there wasn't like that sort of chain disable either. So it just feels like this Omni Knight is always getting out these heals and stuff, and the damage is split enough that they're not overwhelming the heals that are coming in.
Wow. These are the graphs I love to see where there's just dots scattered over them. 51 kills to 28. This has been
And they're down
quite a game.
11k gold. And somehow still a head-win probability.
By a healthy amount.
Yeah.
73%.
I'm down in Dota Plus right now. I feel this game currently is Finem favored.
I mean,
Gods, are you saying the automated features created by Valve don't work very well? Shout out to Directed Camera, by the way. Let's check out this Grimstroke that just picked up an illusion rune while there's a team fight happening.
No comment.
Shout out to my NA pubs. Boy, that report feature. Not doing a damn thing.
We've got some new automated Smurf detection feature. Seems to be working.
That's
Seen
true.
a couple, many a Smurf and boosted account being banned from what I've been seeing.
No, I think the new features are working out pretty well.
I think directed cam. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's pretty legit considering it exists. Like, do
Yeah.
other games have anything similar to directed camera? I can't think of it. You know,
It's a pretty insane innovation when it was first put into the game.
and I guess it hasn't been like improved upon, but it's still there and it still works very well.
Yeah.
Like I give it it's a solid B as far as performance goes.
Aeon Disc for maybe next time.
Yep.
With the stolen Terrorize that he has. Don't think that should ever be given away.
Yeah, he's had Bedlam and Terrorize many a time. Terrorize is probably one of the big ones he wants to have his hands on.
Especially with that increased disable time.
Yeah. Are there any big nukes he can really get this game? I guess not really. Slark did not have to buy back. That's the good news for Singularity. They will have 2 lives on the old Fishman. Tanks the stun with the Heavenly Grace. These stuns just do not last long at all, making it very hard to deal with. And there's going to be a Blink BKB call in the back lines, going for the supports. The Rubik being one of those big targets, but he did have the Aeon Disc. Stopping all that damage coming out. So fine, not doing a whole lot. This is Spartan over on the side here. There's a Radiant Ward. He tries to de-ward it, but he quickly realizes he's in all sorts of trouble. Madara, he wants Pexu. He gets the Terrorize, but it doesn't last very long with the Heavenly Grace. He's already back into this fight. Undying, he's reincarnating with that level 25 talent. Madara, he's still got this Rapier. He's still got Omni Slash.
Oh, they got the Doom onto the Omni Knight.
Omni Slash coming in.
Excalibur's in trouble. He's going to die to the Omni.
Oh, Guardian Angel comes maybe a bit too late. The Slark going to buy back. They've got no buyback on Rubik or Grimstroke. They're playing without their supports. They've managed to kill Pexu a second time. He's got no buyback. The Yule's into the air. Saberlight, he's been bashed up. Madara is still trying to carry this team, put them on his back. Omni Knight in all sorts of trouble. He's been dunked down. He's got a buyback. He's going to be forced to use it now. Madara, can he TP on out of this one? He goes for the spin TP. He changes his mind quickly, I think, realizing he can't do that one. He's going to turn his fights against 1 kill, and then he's now in trouble. He's still fighting. He's still getting
Madara! Oh!
He's going to buy back. They're going to try and force this.
They're going all in. They think they can win this game. Slark's got no buyback. It's just a gyrocopter. Gyro does have the Rapier. Oh, he TP's out. Luckily, there was no bash. I don't think they can hold, though. Axe and Slark are like the key heroes. I don't think Gyro is really a carry at this point. He buys it. SMY? Okay.
Is there a Dota 2 player stronger than Madaru Uchiha? That's what I want to know. Because so far, from this point of view, it doesn't goddamn look like it.
Mage is looking to test that one with his newly bought SMY, 72 minutes in. Can he hold this game? No Guardian Angel. There is now. He's got Refresher. Omni Knight just sold a whole bunch of items from what I can see just to have this Refresher. They're going all in for the GG. There's no MKB on this gyrocopter. The evasion is just such a problem at this point, and they're being bullied back to their base. He can't fight into the Viper Strike as well. I think they're going to throw him.
They've got double Terrorize.
Mage
Maybe they
blinking
can control him.
He needs to get it off, but he
Nope.
gets the spin out first. Bashing him up. Mage is in all sorts of trouble here. He can't fight into the GA as well. He's just got no solution for this. He's forced to Ghost Scepter, but that Viper Strike is doing a hell of a lot of damage because of that. Pushback is the Juggernaut. Back onto the tier 4s he goes. There's still 40 seconds without Slark, without Axe. I think it's over. Tier 4's down.
They just
Throne
can't
is
stop
next.
it. They can't do any damage.
They said, screw it, forget Throne. I want some more kills, Madara says. Omni Slash on it. He gets one, he wants 2. Thug will get the other, and it's GG.
Wow. Check the win probability? Okay, still,
65%. Even with the Throne going down. Gaben's like, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
These Finem boys, I've seen them lose and throw a lot of games.
Wow, what a marathon. That's unbelievable. I have not seen one person carry a game that hard in a long, long time. Like since Patch's long loss to our scene.
Yep.
Wow. Literally 1 versus 4 multiple times.
I mean, that's
Never give up.
the nature of the draft a bit. Like, there was never going to be a scaling carry from Viper or Omni. Omni was literally just there to GA everyone. I think Thug played a hell of a game. Going for that Axe Scepter, that was a huge item for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not every day you end a game. How many ags is that? 5 consumed ags, 2 or 3 backpacked refreshers.
Yep.
Pretty dank.
How many games do you win off of one player? How many games do you win off of one ability in Omnislash? How many times do you win late game against stronger carries and more disables? Stronger disables.
We're talking about Madara Uchiha. I'm not sure any of these other characters can even touch him, let alone defeat him. And unfortunately, you've got to try and win now 3 games.
That is how a best of 5 works, Kyle.
3 games you've got to win if you're Team Singularity. How in the world are you going to do that?
They're going to look to answer that one because we got a break coming up. We got some food. You go to that? You done with thoughts? I'm cutting Kyle off.
That's it. Yeah,
We're gonna
please,
break.
God,
We're done.
cut me. Cut it.